Yo, this is a Feuding Bros back again with another video, the show where we talk about everything football. As usual, I'm with Freddie and Thierry. Yo, what are you telling me, man? What are you saying, guys?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, we edging closer to the beginning of the season, so a lot of excitement, a lot of activity going on. I'm super excited, man. This season is going to be, I feel like, epic. And obviously, I'm speaking from my new point of view of things, a lot of exciting things in the window. So, yeah, I'm ready to dive in, man. Ready for the game on Friday. Let's smash it. Let's put it down. Like, we are ready to shut some mouths at the moment. So,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
We're on it.
Relax, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been good. I mean, it's crazy to think about that the season is starting already. Feels like Euros just ended, but yeah, these players are getting worked up, man. They're getting a lot of work to do, man. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes on Friday. But yeah, it's been good. It's nice as well. I know we focus on the Prem, but the other leagues as well will start, so it'll be good. We saw Real Madrid today with that monster attack. That'll be nice to see throughout the season. So yeah, man. What about you? How have you been?
Yeah, I've been cool, man. Been chilling, man. Just getting to know my new surroundings around here. Yeah. I mean, I'm just settling in nicely, man. But yeah, I'm just excited. Football, but it doesn't even feel like football's left, you know.
Exactly.
I feel like we took a 2-week break and then we're back at it again. I mean,
literally.
I just like I can't even imagine how those players feel, man, because like they must be tired, man. And the thing is, I hope I'm wrong, but it can affect the league this year because again, you're gonna have like in terms of injuries and stuff. I mean, people are just getting overplayed, man. And this is potentially one of the longest season ever because
I saw that, yeah.
Because like the Champions League is gonna be longer, and then there's gonna be the what's it called? Is it this year that they're doing the
Club World Cup?
The Club World Cup with 32 teams or something.
Yeah.
So and yeah, just coming off international tournament over the summer. That's gonna be a lot for the players. I'm just hoping that people are okay, man, because this is getting a lot of football. But I mean, hey, the league is back. Respected teams are back, and that's basically what we want to see. So yeah, let's go, man. I mean. Can't really feel too bad about them as well because they get paid a lot of money to entertain.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this video today. So we are finishing up on our series of the teams in the Premier League and see what they're doing. So today, I mean, we rounded up already the top 6 or 7, and we're just gonna finish with the rest of the league real quick. So yeah. Who do you think right now has had the best window? I think I'll start with that.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I mean, the two teams that probably come to my head, like straight off the bat, West Ham and Aston Villa. We saw Villa do a lot of. I mean, they have lost two key players as well. They have lost Diaby and Douglas Luiz. But I think they did some good business to replace him. I mean, one signing as well that we forgot because they signed him pretty quickly was Ross Barkley. They signed Ross Barkley as well from Luton, and he played well last season. I don't know if he can replicate that, but if he can, that's going to be a really, really good signing for them because, yeah, with how they play and everything, to have a player like him it suits them perfectly. So yeah, they signed Barkley, they signed Onana. Those are the two kind of, I guess, marquee signings they have. So these are two good signings right there. Yeah, I think that they're just gonna carry on. They also signed that guy from Chelsea, the left back, Madsen. He's pretty good as well. He did well at Dortmund. So I think they'll just carry on from last season.
I think it was like I think it was like the best fullback in the Champions League or something like that. He had an award like in the Champions League.
An award like that. Okay. Yeah, he did well. He did really well in the Champions League and in the league as well for Dortmund. Now. So yeah, he's gonna be good because they use their fullbacks a lot. So he's gonna be pretty good. And West Ham, I mean, Fulkrug, that's a great signing. I love that guy, man. I think he's so underrated. He's a late bloomer, so that's probably why. But I think he's a really good striker, man. And Wan-Bissaka is a good signing for them as well, to be fair. Just to get him for 15 mil. Yeah. That's nice. And
you got him with a 7-year contract though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing now. Like even Chelsea, you see, with the 9-year contract.
It's because of like financial whatever it's called these days.
Exactly, it's called it's all the finances to spread that out, so it looks better on the accounting side. Like that you're not paying as much, you know. So yeah, but West Ham, I think they signed another guy, or they were in for another guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, Jean-Claire Todibo, I think is the
Todibo, which that's so annoying because literally UEFA blocked us from signing him. So that was like
he's a good player, man. He's a
good player, man. Like, and they let Man City sign Savio.
Yeah.
From, if people don't know, Girona is one of the clubs in the City group that owns Man City.
Yeah. So like, conflict of interest there, but
so they let him sign, and then they don't let us sign Todibo, who's one of the clubs owned by Ineos.
That was a done deal. They blocked it straight up.
Yeah, they blocked it.
So. I don't understand. Like, I mean, obviously there's a double standard there, but I don't understand how. First of all, you can own multiple teams.
Right.
So what happens like for them? What happens if like Girona plays Man City in the Champions League final? Like, what's going on with that? I mean, I don't really.
There's no nuances. I think it's like they talk. I think it's something like obviously they just did that to allow it because they want the money at the end of the day. They're not gonna block anyone. But they say like if it's like less than a certain percentage, I can't remember what the percentage is. But if you own less than a certain percentage, then you technically don't own the team. When you own the team, you know, it's
loopholes everywhere, man. Like, but yeah, let's not get into that. That's probably above our heads anyway.
Yeah, that's above our heads. But, those are the two things I can think of. I don't know if you all saw any other good signings from anybody.
I mean, the one you cannot escape is Chelsea with all the activity they got going on. Like, it's just them.
Although they're going screwed over on Omorodian, man. Like, what happened there?
What's going on? I mean, it just has to be Chelsea involved in those kind of.
Did you see what happened with that?
Poor Gallagher, man. Like,
Gallagher is back. And just a quick reminder: so this guy Gallagher was sold from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid. Went there, did the medical. All of a sudden,
took pictures in the stadium.
Exactly. Went to the stadium, did the whole thing.
It was basically done.
The deal is pretty much done, just waiting for the final signature or something like that, I believe. And for some reason, there was another player tied to the deal. And
I think it was kind of like a swap deal.
Swap deal. So he started off
with one way and the other goes the other way. And then the Omoridian side just did not go through. So obviously, it's a swap deal. That side can't go through either. So I think it was something like that, but like
it's even hard to explain because it's so messy. And
it's a reflection of the shambles that what we see right now. Like Todd Bowley and his group, they just don't know football, man. They don't know what they're doing up there. They're just buying players just for the sake of it, selling players for the sake of it. They don't understand the culture. Like someone like a homegrown player who was like your second best player last year behind Cole Palmer, and not only is homegrown, and he wore the captain armband from time to time last year.
Right.
To sell somebody like that, and not only sell him, just to treat him like that. They just don't understand the culture of football. They just try, like I've always said, they're taking Chelsea like an American franchise where there's no feeling, it's just business. But that's not what football in England is like. So they're not really, they don't know what they're doing, man.
That's the question. I mean, for us, from the outside looking in, at least you will say, yeah, they don't know what they're doing. But I will argue that these guys are so confident in what they're doing, man, because I didn't expect them to be so active. Yet again, let's just remind us that it's not the first time they're doing this. Before they spent $500 million, that was last summer window, just a few months ago. All right, so yeah, they're all over the news with all these transfers and activity that they're doing right now. Now, I can say they did make a few good signings in between that with, Pedro Neto. We talked about it briefly.
That's a good signing.
On the video with Bruce. Yeah, it's a good signing, So in the mess, they're still going to find the good out of it. And it's just going to be interesting to see how all of that is going to blend out. So, yeah, in terms of transfer, honestly, besides, as you said, Thierry, Villa and West Ham, which they didn't do too much. They just did the right things. I think United can be third in that list with the right thing being done. In terms of transfer, I think as United, we got some pretty good deals this window, and just love the approach that we've had with our transfers. So I think we definitely on the right track. We've still 2 weeks to go. Everything now I will say is just a bonus. But yeah, very very interesting window, to be honest.
Yeah, very very interesting window indeed. I mean, this is going to be a great year in terms of like competitiveness, at least on paper, from what we see. So yeah, as far as teams below the top six are concerned, who do you think is the best placed team to to cause a surprise maybe?
How would you answer that? Because when you say best placed team, would you say just in terms of how the activity
in terms of their preparation, in terms of the signing, and in terms of just the whole package basically, like from what we see right now. I mean, just to quickly echo what you said about West Ham.
Yeah.
For me, the best signing for West Ham is actually the manager. Is Lopetegui.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Lopetegui has a good track record. People forget that he was briefly at Real Madrid, and he was briefly the manager of Spain as well. So I know he didn't last long over there. I mean, people who remember the whole saga about what happened there for him to leave Spain to go to Real Madrid. I don't know if you remember. It was just before the World Cup, I think. He had the team all ready, and then Real Madrid came calling, and just before the tournament, he was like, "Okay, Real Madrid told me I'm out," and then he put Spain in a bit of a predicament that way because he left, and then it turned out that it didn't really work out at Real Madrid anyway.
Yeah,
but I mean, for people to to trust him to take these kind of roles, that means that he's got pedigree. So, and he's brought in a lot of signings where the only problem is going to be how quickly are these players going to gel. But he made some shrewd signing in terms of West Ham. And to answer your question, how am I going to answer that? I think West Ham is probably one of the team that top teams should be scared about, like in terms of the manager that they have and the players as well that they got. It feels like they have addressed a lot of issues that they had before.
Yeah. No, yeah, I second that, man. I think, like you said, that's a really good point about Lopetegui. He's a good manager, man. He's apart from Madrid, he's pretty much done well wherever he's been. I mean, like you can see that signing. I was thinking, who else did they sign? But Mike Skillman is a decent player, man. I like a bit of Mike Skillman. Like
I mean, that's good old fashioned defender,
Yeah, exactly.
Leader. He was captain.
Exactly. So so I think they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be hard to beat. It's gonna be interesting what they can do. Obviously, they're gonna be hoping to get into Europe again. So maybe they might upset the top six and the traditional top six, because he hasn't been that top six in a while. There's usually one that has a terrible season. But so I think West Ham is somebody to look out for. I also think Crystal Palace could be
because
I mean, they ended the season really well. They ended the season really well.
Crystal Palace is actually a little bit of a dark horse there in terms of overachievement.
That's exactly, in terms of overachievement. They ended the season really well. They brought in I know they lost Olise, but they made some good signings. They signed this guy Kamada from Lazio. He's a good guy, good player. I think they're gonna be good too. I think they're gonna be a tough team to beat. Apart from the kind of the usual suspects of Aston Villa, we expect them to be good, and Newcastle, we expect them to be good. Brighton this year, I don't know though. What do you guys think about Brighton? I don't know if you guys followed a little bit what they've been doing. I haven't much. I saw they signed a player the other day. I don't really know who it is, but
I know they signed this guy called Minte.
Yes, he's a good player, to be fair. Yeah, he was good at AFCON. I don't really remember.
Yeah, he's really tricky. Just very direct player. I mean, this guy is a good player, but the problem with Brighton is they've been just shipping goals, and they will have to address that. I haven't seen that they've brought in any kind of defenders whatsoever. So that will probably be the problem, because Brighton, in terms of football and in terms of going forward, they're always attractive. They're always dangerous. They have players like João, what's his name, João.
Pedro.
João Pedro, yes, and that means so Adingra. I mean, going forward, they are as good as anybody else, but are they gonna be defensively sound to kind of like maintain a decent position? Because like last year they kind of struggled as well. They kind of struggled at the end of the year, so they will have to
New manager as well now.
Yeah,
new manager in. Yeah, big change on that part. Yeah, Brighton. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I know they're gonna shake things up. They're not gonna basically slide down the table considerably. I know they're gonna be hovering around maybe 10th place, maybe closer to the top even. But I can't say they're gonna have a great season. Definitely, I can echo what you guys say. With West Ham looking really dangerous. Crystal Palace is one to watch as well. I will say maybe Fulham. Fulham has always been a team that's weird. Like they're just here hanging around. They beat teams beat them. They don't really make any difference, right? And I remember every time, at least last season, with just a few games I've seen from them, they can give a big team some troubles, right? Now they added Smith Rowe to it. Let's see how they turn out. I'm not saying they're gonna be magical. I'm just saying they're gonna give people some trouble, and that's gonna be most teams anyway in the league. They're gonna we're gonna see some really competitive games at times, and I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you guys think of the promoted teams as well too? So I mean, this season we have
Leicester,
Southampton, Ipswich, and Leicester.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Because I mean, two of them are pretty much Premier League teams in Southampton and Leicester. I don't know. I know Leicester came straight back up. I can't remember how long Southampton has been down. Did they come straight back up as well? I can't remember. I think maybe they got relegated 2 years ago. I think maybe.
I think they came straight back up as well. Right?
Yeah, you think so?
I was going to say 2 years. Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been that long.
Just a few years ago. Yeah, they had one.
It doesn't feel like they were back there for a long time anyway.
No, it doesn't.
Me, I'll be rooting for Ipswich. I'm always rooting for the for the
underdog.
For the underdog, and as well, Ipswich for us, who used to live in Colchester. Ipswich was always the team around that area for those who know Colchester and Essex. That went places. Kind of, Ipswich and Norwich is a little bit further down, but
it's a little bit further,
that area because. So I'll be rooting for my Tractor Boys. I don't really know much about them in terms of players. I know they have the kid from Chelsea. I think what's his name?
Yeah, Hutchinson.
Omari Hutchinson. Yeah, Omari Hutchinson. I think he's been doing bits for them last year in the championship, and I'll be looking forward to see what he can do in the league. And I've heard as well that Liam Delat has been scoring goals for them. Quite regularly. So I'll be rooting for them. But is it gonna be how are they gonna fare in the league? I don't know. I think it's for any promoted teams. This league is always tough, man. It's always tough. It's gonna do like a Luton, fight through the end, but eventually it just won't have quite enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, their manager was sold after this summer, man. A lot of teams wanted him this summer. Kieran McKenna. He used to be Freddie. I don't know if you remember one of Ole's assistants. So, I mean, maybe there's something there with the manager. Maybe he might pull off a miracle.
Let's see. That's gonna really elevate his status. We kind of rejected him a little bit.
We did.
Might come back to bite us. But man, guys, please tell me, like, how do you see at least the top half? I know last time I gave my prediction, so I'm waiting to hear you guys because this is the biggest question mark on this league. The top 6.
Yeah.
So we're doing predictions. Like we're predicting our top 6. Okay, that's a good segue. Let's do it. So I guess I'll go first. I think my top 6. One Arsenal.
Of course. All right.
No, there's a few factors in that. Just quickly, I think City's sentence is gonna is gonna come through this year, and they're probably gonna get docked points anyway. And we're just hoping, right? I mean, it cannot go on for 2 whole seasons. Come on, man. Yeah. Something has to happen. Tell us something, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna happen. So, and that's probably gonna boost us. I mean, it's not how I want to win it, but I mean, I'll take it.
Without City, you're winning it for sure. So that's what you're saying.
I'll take it. A win is a win. Second, I'll go. Second out. If City has the sanction upheld, then I don't think they even finish top 4. But if they don't, then they'll finish second. So let's just assume they don't. Let's just go for
the regular league. Yeah.
How we are today.
Yeah.
So Arsenal first, City second for me. Third, I'll go Tottenham, you know.
What?
Tottenham.
I'll go Tottenham, you know.
Tottenham.
And then 4th, Liverpool. 5th.
Wow.
What are you looking at me like you're waiting for me? United.
I'm just
He's ready to pounce.
It's waiting for United. It's like United is willing into my head. I can hear it.
It's all up to you, man.
I can hear it in my head. Like you're talking to me right now. Like
I'm not saying nothing. I know you're trying to put us as below as you can. Even if you could never put us there, you would have. But
5th, Villa. 6th, United.
Wow.
That's a pretty poor top 6. I have to say, because he's a little bit.
I'm taking it for now, man. Jesus Christ. You're not happy today.
It's a little bit shaky. You don't seem too sure
mad today, bro.
He's not happy there at all, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Arsenal 1, City 2, Tottenham 3, Liverpool 4. Villa 5 and United 6.
I mean, I knew you were going to put United low, but
Tottenham?
Really?
Where's Newcastle? And Chelsea's not there?
Yeah, Newcastle. You don't think Newcastle will do better than Tottenham? They don't have Euro.
I mean, Newcastle hasn't really done anything like in the market to tell me that they would, and I mean, if they get, I mean, I know they're going really hard on, Mark Gain right now. If they get him, that's going to be a good signing for them. But Newcastle, they're going to need a striker as well because Isaac is a fantastic player. He's one of my favorite players in the league. But we saw last year that he gets hurt often, and his backup is not much reliable on the field as well.
Wilson.
And Wilson, and he's getting on as well.
Yeah.
And so I mean, apart from that, they still have Murphy on the right hand side, or the line. Or you see what I mean? Like it's just it's not exciting. In the midfield, they still have guys like Joelinton.
Like, is exciting.
What's this guy? The English guy. What's his name?
Archie Willock.
No, Willock.
Oh, Longstaff.
They still have players like that. I mean, on the left hand side, they're pretty good. I like Barnes and I like obviously Gordon. But yeah, just beyond that, I don't know. But if they get Mark Gainey there, they'll probably be a little bit more solid because they've been licking goals as well. Yeah. But no, I don't see them doing much. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately. I think West Ham will take a while for them, but once they get it, they'll go on the run, and then that can push them to 5th or 6th. But I'll put them 5th for now.
No.
Okay.
Freddie, what about you?
I gave mine the other day, but I can.
You can say it again, man. Say it
again.
Man, it was again. If we don't account for City to take the full sentence for all the charges, I would say City wins.
That's a poor top 6, man.
No, I remember his top 6 was outrageous, though, to be fair. So I want to hear this again.
It wasn't that bad. It was City first. It was Arsenal second. It was Man U third. All right. So maybe that's maybe that's what made it outrageous. But I do think Man U is going to be a surprise as well, and I hope so, of course. 4th, I think I had Liverpool 6th, but 4th I had and I probably need to
Liverpool
go back
6th?
in that. Yeah, I think.
You had Liverpool 6th. Yeah, I think you had Villa 4th.
Villa probably 4th. Villa 4th, Tottenham 5th.
Okay.
And then
Liverpool
6th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'll go similarly, but I think I hate to say it. I think it's Arsenal's there because
it's okay, man. It's okay. Like, you can't say it. Like, it's not gonna take anything away from your life.
To be fair, what I will say, I was listening to a podcast with, I don't know if y'all know that podcast, from Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane, and them.
Right.
And, they made a good point about Arsenal, about injuries that you guys have gotten, like, well, I don't know if it's luck or if it's just, I don't know, maybe your medical staff is better. But the last 2 years, none of your big players got big injuries and got injured for a while, which is something like that has happened to everybody else. So maybe that's something that could happen.
I don't know. I mean, we've had, Thomas Partey has been injured a lot. Gabi Jesus has been injured a lot. I mean, they've been replaced well in terms of, people that came and, helped. But I mean, ideally, they are part of our, top 11 in our first 11. Like when everyone is fit, in my opinion, anyway. And I mean, these are two key players, and that's right down in the spine, and you know about having a good spine. So I mean, I can see why, because they've been well replaced. I mean, Jorginho came and did a good job, and obviously Havertz as well. He made it seem like we don't need Gabi Jesus right now, and he's even gone ahead in the pecking order of Jesus. But I mean, those are big players for us, man. So I'm not sure, and they've been missing for a long time. So I'm not sure why they say that too. Like, I mean, maybe compared to United, of course, like and
Newcastle. All the teams, though. I was saying,
Newcastle, they've been decimated as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if it's compared to those teams, then yes, I agree that we've been luckier, but we still had big injuries as well to big players.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I'll go with Arsenal first. Man City second. Third is a tough one. I'll go Liverpool. No, I'll go United too. You know what? I'll go United. And then I'll go Liverpool. And then I go Villa. And then I go Spurs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think Spurs will do well. I think with Europe as well, I don't think they'll do well. And I think Villa would just fall off a little bit because you're in the Champions League. You haven't been in the Champions League for how many years. So I think Champions League is going to be their focus. And it should be. It's been a long time for them. So, but yeah, man. I mean, top 6. Who do you guys think is going to be the top scorer then?
Top scorer of the league.
I'll give you 3 things. I'll give you 3 things. I'll give you top scorer. I'll give you best player, and I'll give you best young player.
Wow. Okay.
Top scorer Haaland. Like that.
Easy. That's the safe option. Yeah.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Haaland again. I mean, last year he had a bad year. Still scored 27 goals. That's a bad year for him.
Yeah.
You can't look past it.
Yeah, you can't look past it. So, best player of the league. It's gonna be an Arsenal player because we're gonna win the league, and I will go Captain Martin. The O.
Of the guard.
All right.
And then young player. I mean, who's classified as a young player? Like is what's his name? Palmer still a young player?
How old is he now? Is what, 22?
Yeah.
Let's say U21. Let's say a U21, 21 or under.
I mean, that depends on if they're breaking through or no. But we still have the Mainus, the Garnachos. They're still wet.
They're still young. Yeah.
I'll go for. I mean, I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true, but I heard it got injured.
Yeah.
Oscar Bob.
Yeah.
He got injured. Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty bad injury though. But that's a great shout. This kid was looking bright this preseason, and I was actually hurt to see that he's injured.
If he
plays,
yeah.
I mean, there's this. I mean, Archie. What's his name? Archie, the guy from Tottenham.
Yeah,
Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray.
I mean, the people raving, lyricals about him. There's a few out there, but I mean, if he plays Oscar Bob for me, if not, I'll go for Nwaneri.
Wow.
Okay. He's been looking sick in preseason.
Will he play though?
I think he will get games here and there.
Okay.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, can't argue with Allen. That's for sure. Can't argue with Allen. Best. That's most likely to be the best scorer. Yeah. Best player though. Best player of the league. That's a tough one because there's so many. It depends on what kind of season you're looking at and you're expecting or wanting from a player. I'll say if Villa does well, somebody like Watkins can be key. He had a good run last year, and if they're really gonna go somewhere, probably he's gonna be the man to carry them there. Yeah. So I don't know. That's the one I'm thinking about right now. Because even though he's not the most technical, brilliant player, he does have a few sparks of
he's gonna be best player in the league.
If it's
Watkins,
that's a long shot.
Do you need money or something like that? Are you betting on this?
Last season, it was Rodri that was the best player of the league.
Right? It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not all about goals. It's not all about, it's all about the impact you have on your team. And Aston Villa being in different leagues, they need somebody that's going to be like, yeah, let's go every time, you know. Sometimes it's those kind of players. And I'm not saying, you know, Watkins is going to be better than. I'm just saying he's going to have to be, you know.
But you are saying he's going to be better than, if you put in him the best player in the league, so he's going to be better than everybody else.
And that's what I'm saying. If you say Rodri was better than everybody last season, this was better than everybody last season.
Yes.
Better than Allen, this home team player who scored the most goals.
Every time Rodri wasn't
playing, that. If we can compare,
every time Rodri wasn't playing, man, you're talking about influences. Every time Rodri wasn't playing, City wasn't winning. So I mean that's the record there. And
I can see Watkins having the same influence for Aston Villa.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. But we're talking about the best player. I'm not disputing the fact that he'll be the best player for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
I'm just arguing against the fact that you're putting him as the best player in the league. So he's gonna win that PFA.
If he has a big season for Villa, he's gonna be the best player in the league. If he takes Villa, for example, far into the Champions League and he scores many goals into the season, you know people are gonna push for him to be, best player of the league. Type stuff. They don't really look at
you are. Hey, write it down, man. Write it down.
No, that's a long shot, man. But okay,
let's go for it. We're here to spread opinions, right? So hey.
It's gonna be better like players like Bruno, like Odegaard, like De Bruyne.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you do it like that, it makes no sense because Rodri wasn't better than everybody in the league. He was better. He was an influential player for his team, but you can't say he was the best player in the league.
He was because he won it.
You say what?
He was because he won the best player of the league. He won the PL award.
Was he better than everybody else? That's what I'm talking about.
If he was the best player,
was he better than Allen? Was he better than Foden? Was he better than Kobe Mainoo, new academy player? Like, there's some kind of, we can mix it all up. That's what I'm saying.
So what's the Ballon d'Or then? Like if you can't mix it all up, what's the Ballon d'Or?
Come on, you know the Ballon d'Or is rigged. It's preference. I'm just talking about influence here. If I think Watkins for where Villa is going to be next season, it's going to be a pretty important year for them. Champions League, you know, they're going to need somebody to carry them forward. Otherwise, they're just going to crash and burn. And I feel like he's pretty much ready to be that man that's going to carry the team forward. Harry Kane did that one of those years, you know. There's players like that don't have to be the best in the whole league, but they just need to be influential for their team, and then that can carry the team and make them have an impressive performance. That's just my call. He had a pretty decent.
It is your call, fair enough. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
I don't know about
Watkins. I don't know. That's just my call, guys. That's just my call. I can't even justify it. Yeah.
What about your best young player then?
Best young player, that one is tough, man. I don't know what's the entire basis of it, but if we're just looking at age, I will say Kobe Mainoo is looking like he's gonna have a big season, and even Garnacho as well, just in terms of impact specifically. So it's gonna be one of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me,
I would have been surprised if you said anything else.
Yeah.
I don't see any other youngins out there.
Yeah, to be fair, like that are playing regularly. That's the thing as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, like obviously Haaland is top scorer. No surprises there. Best player, honestly, I'll go for Bruno. You know, I'm going for Bruno. Like I think if we have a good season, he's gonna be the man to carry us. And I think this year he's gonna play as a second striker. I think we saw that towards after we got destroyed by Palace. I don't know if you remember last season. He kind of switched to that 4-4-2 so that we can be more narrow and whatnot. And Bruno was pretty much playing up top, and we did that against City in the FA Cup final and last game as well.
But saying that, knowing Ten Hag at some point in a league is gonna panic and put him on the right.
On the right? What does he play him on the right?
He's bringing on one of the wings before, right?
That was that's what you mean, yeah.
That was I don't think he did that much last season though. That was the season before.
That was last season when they were weak on the right.
Yeah, last season he didn't do that much. I mean, he can play. I don't think he will because now we have somebody on that. We have players.
I'm hoping for Ahmad a great season from Ahmad, man. I mean,
I'm hoping for a great season for Ahmad too. I think Bruno is going to bag a lot of goals and get. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. And best young player, Ahmad is the one that comes to mind. I was going to say Oscar Bob, but he got injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, without Oscar Bob, I'm thinking Ahmad. If it's not Ahmad, it's Garnacho. If it's not Garnacho, it's Mainoo because they play. I think they're the ones that are guaranteed to play. I don't know. I don't know if the others.
You guys are just boring.
Another shout. But I don't know how old he is. If we're saying U21, but that guy from Villa, what's his name? Jacob Ramsey or something.
Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah, I don't know if he's 21 or older, but he played pretty well last season when he came on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if he gets more game time this season, which probably he would, I think he can do really well as well. But yeah, I mean, those are my options there for the three. But I mean, if we're moving on from that, let's say biggest overachievers in terms of teams and biggest underachievers.
I think we brushed upon it a little bit, with West Ham, Villa, and I mentioned Fulham even in there. But I will say Crystal Palace, though. They look really interesting, just in terms of overachievers. Even though they lost a big player, Olise, they still have the Ezes. They have Mateta, who had a really good, very good Olympic.
And they have a great manager as well. Like the guy who knows what he's doing. You see, when he came, he completely changed the way he played to the strength of the team. I mean, Roy Hodgson, I mean,
he was at a loss, man. This guy.
I mean, he's been a great servant to the league and everything, but like, he did not know. I mean, when what's the guy's name? The new manager again? I forget. But when he came, Mateta started.
Scoring goals. Yeah.
Olise. I know Olise was like injured most of the season, but he came back and started banging. And that made Eze better.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ghanaian guy. I'll keep forgetting names. Ayu starting being brilliant. So. Because the style of football changed and suited these players.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great shot in terms of overachievers.
Yeah, they can give people some troubles for sure.
For sure.
Underachievers.
For that one, I don't know, man, because we talked about Brighton, but what did we even expect from them in the first place, right? I will say Spurs though, because man, I'm like, it don't click. I see Spurs being a disappointment.
I mean, you say, but I mean, which is more far-fetched? United finishing third or Spurs finishing third?
Please don't tell me.
When was the last time Tottenham finished third?
Then Tottenham finishing third.
This year they will finish third. I think they
based on what?
They finished third like a couple of years. No, 2-3 years.
No, they haven't finished third.
Under Pochettino.
Yeah, that was like what 20 when he left in like 2019.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
So far back, I can't remember. I don't see them, man. You
just hate us, man. He just hates us. That's what we should be, but he just doesn't want to put us there.
There is no way. I think, for me, they're gonna they're achieving for sure. They're not gonna be top three.
I feel like this. You're not going from 8th to 3rd. You're not doing it.
You sure about that?
Well, I mean, that's my opinion. I give my opinion. You're not going from 8th to 3rd. You're not doing
it. But do you think we finished 8th because it was our level, or did we finish 8th because of
the basic season? People don't want to talk about
it. Table doesn't lie, mate. Table doesn't lie. In terms of who was the best team on all parameters last year, Arsenal was. But
you finished second.
Yeah. So the table doesn't lie.
The table does lie.
The table does lie then.
Yeah, the table lies.
City won the league.
Let me tell you why it doesn't lie. It doesn't lie because the number of points that you get is objective. It's not because it's not interpretation. It's facts. And the fact is, you got enough points to finish 8th. That's why it doesn't lie.
But the thing is, though, that's why they added this thing now called XG, because you can have a lucky season. You can have a lucky season where, like, you don't concede as many as you should based on the chances that you give up, and maybe you score more than you should based on the chances that you make. And because 38 games, yes, it's a lot of games, but at the same time, it's not that much in terms of like judging like how good or how bad somebody is. Like, you can have a lucky season. And
so all of the sudden, the 38 games in the league is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, well, you remember in what was it when Newcastle finished 5th that one season, and the next season they actually looked at it. The next season they finished like 15th, and they had literally the similar goals scored, similar goals against. And one season they finished 5th, the other they finished 15th. Like the table can lie. You can be lower in the table than you actually like that the level of performances that you have, or you can be higher at the level of performances that you have.
But from one season to the next, like for example, like 90 points can win you the league, or well, last year we got what 89 points, I think 89 points most of the time wins you the league, but sometimes it doesn't, because guess what? Somebody else got more points than you. In terms of points, like that's a fact. You cannot. I mean, you can have all the parameters, the XGs, all of that is just all hypothetical. It's just calculations, and people just kind of guessing sometimes. At the end of the day, what is factual is the number of points that you got, and the number of points that we got only got us to finish second. The number of points that you got, you finished 8th.
And look, the funny part with that, the funny part with that was, see, we can't just use that, because that doesn't mean you guys had a better season than us. We had a trophy, you guys didn't. Second, there's not much to show.
That is up for debate as well. I mean, it just depends. I mean, that is up for debate. But I'm saying what is factual is your position, and the fact that you got enough points only to finish 8th. That's a fact. There's no debate. There's not like my opinion about who had a better season than you. No, the fact is you finished 8th, and that's it. You can come up with all the excuses that you want, but that's a fact. I mean, you don't know that that's a fact.
I mean,
no, I'm telling you.
What I'm saying, it doesn't necessarily speak of your level in the league.
Exactly.
If you have a team that's been decimated with injuries for the season, for the league, for example, and you can still go on and win the Champions League and have a successful season. So I'm saying it's not a barometer of whether or not you had a good season, your position in the league. It's more so like, an overall thing you got to look at. But hey, we'll see how this season plans out, just in terms of competition, really, on the top 6.
Okay. For me, going on that on the questions, I would say overachievers. It's between Crystal Palace and West Ham. I'll go with Crystal Palace just because I've seen what they can do from last season. They're a bit more of a known quantity. West Ham, obviously, I think they're going to do well, but again, they have a new manager. It might take some time, like Jan said, to start clicking. Underachievers. It has to be Spurs. No, but I
just feel like they finished 3rd. That's it.
No, Spurs. I think Spurs.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Spurs will underachieve, but just Chelsea. I think Chelsea would be like,
man, I was gonna say it's between Spurs and Chelsea, man.
So, but the thing is with Chelsea is that obviously they finished 6th in the end, but they were like mid-table for the vast majority of the season. Yeah. So like, what is underachieving for them? Is it like, like, so
relegation battle?
But yeah, I'll say Chelsea. Yeah.
All right. For me, overachievers. Sorry, let's start with that. Ipswich. I think they'll finish like 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
12th, 13th, something like that. Yeah, like kind of like mid-table, but just below that 10th place. Yeah.
That'll be decent for them, man. Wow.
Yeah, I think McKenna is a brilliant coach, and if he figures it out, I think they can surprise a few. And underachievers, I think it's bye Brentford. I think they've been in this league way too long, and it's time for them to go, man. I'm just tired of them, tired of everything about them. So I mean, no disrespect, but yo, it's time to go. You remember back in the days, like teams like Stoke, they just stay there for too long.
Yeah, right.
Too long. And the thing is with Brentford too, they never buy anybody. I don't know what it's like. It's the same team every year.
It's just boring now, man. So it's time to step, man. Yeah, underachievers, go.
That's a good
shout. That's a good shout, man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so what do y'all think? The season starts Friday. The fixtures. I mean, what kind of predictions, I guess, for the games? What do you think?
The big game, I think, is obviously, CE Chelsea. Well, the big game. I think CE wins that easily 2-3-0. That's going to be, standard for them.
Do you think, though, because, I mean, obviously City is a much better team and Chelsea's been a mess, but what kind of City will play? Who will play? Like a lot of the guys just came back. It's probably going to be that same team that played against us.
Man, I still bet on.
No, not necessarily. I think Ireland's still there. Obviously, they still have Bernardo Silva is going to play. De Bruyne's going to play.
Doku's gonna be there.
Kovacic, Doku.
Man,
You got a pretty decent team, man.
Chelsea ain't got no chance. I'm telling you that now.
I mean, I know sometimes they start a little bit slow, but I think Chelsea they have a lot of work to do. It's basically another new team, a new manager, and I mean they're not ready. They're not ready. They might be like next year, and pick it up along the way, maybe after Christmas and that. But right now, I think it's too soon for them. I mean, just look at pre-season alone for them. It's just a disaster. It's a disaster. On and off the field, it's a disaster for Chelsea. So I mean, I don't see them. I think City just wins it easy.
Yeah. Facts. No doubt with that. I don't think Chelsea is going to get anything together by that time. I don't even know how they're going to get all their players into the same dressing room to give them the instructions.
Probably do the team talk on the pitch.
Bring everybody out. Like, that's the only place where you can do that. So, look, Chelsea, I think it's going to take them a while. So, I'm going to just put them aside. I do think Manchester City is going to just have a Manchester City start of the season. Even though they're not going to be brilliant, they're going to be solid. They're just going to go get the wins and get themselves into rhythm. I do think the top six that we commonly talked about earlier, I think they're pretty much going to have a good start of the season, because if you look at the clashes, I think besides, at least for this week, we know it's only Chelsea and Manchester City, which is the biggest game. I think Arsenal Wolves is going to be pretty interesting.
I'll tell you what game I want to watch. West Ham Aston Villa. That's going to be interesting. Right? That's one game I definitely want to watch that.
That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good as well. Yeah. So we're going to get a good feel of the level of those teams.
I mean, it's hard to predict right now.
It's hard. Yeah.
Season and everything, but
yeah.
It's hard. Just bring on Friday, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up there. We've been going on for almost an hour now, and I think it's a good spot to leave things there. Guys, if you enjoyed what we spoke about today, give us a like and share and subscribe to our channel. If you comment as well, and let us know what you think about what we spoke about today. What you just tell us about your team as well. If you think we're wrong about your team, just let us know in the comments and everything, and we'll be glad to hear from you. And also, FPL link is gonna be in the description. Only 2 days for you to post your team.
To go, guys.
So do it, and come on, join our league and let's have fun. And you will get a shout out every week if you do well in this channel as well. All right, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Ciao.
See you later, boys.